All right, let's talk about a playbook that turned one single yes into a total business explosion. This comes from Erika Loew, a new regional vice president at ACN, and she figured out that the secret to massive growth wasn't about trying to sell to everyone, but finding one single perfect niche. Let's get into it.
This right here, this quote, is the whole playbook in a nutshell. See, it's not about trying to convince hundreds of different people. It's about finding that one right person whose yes can kick off a massive domino effect that just changes everything for your business.
So how did she even stumble upon this game-changing approach? Well, what's so interesting is that it all started when she wasn't even looking for a new venture. In fact, starting a business was pretty much the absolute last thing she had on her mind. And, to say her plate was full, that would be a serious understatement. This context is so important because her whole journey began when she was already buried under a mountain of responsibilities.
Okay, just think about this for a second. A full-time job at NASA, a full-time student studying radiation oncology, a mom to 2 boys, and a full-time caregiver for her father. I mean, adding anything else to that mix, it just seemed completely impossible.
This quote just perfectly captures where her head was at. She didn't join because she was ambitious or looking for something new. She joined just so someone would stop asking her about it. But then she took a closer look at the business model and saw that, at its core, it was about helping people. And that one little insight, it changed everything. It turned her from a total skeptic into an all-in believer. But just as she decides to jump in, the world throws this massive curveball. She's finally ready to build her business, and then everything just shuts down. This crisis, though, it would end up being the very thing that led to her breakthrough strategy.
The timing, wow. It really couldn't have been more challenging. She joins on March 27, 2020, which was right at the peak of the global shutdowns. Instantly, all the normal ways of building a business, meeting people for coffee, going to events, all of that was just gone, overnight.
So this left her with a really simple choice: adapt or fail. With every physical door closed, she had to pivot her entire approach to the one place people could still connect: online. Mastering social media wasn't just a good idea anymore, it was a matter of survival.
So, how did that pivot work out? Well, the results are honestly just staggering. Out of her 250 personal customers, she says a full 90% of them came directly from what she was doing on social media. This wasn't just some temporary workaround, it became her main engine for growth.
And it was this focus on social media that really led to the big aha moment. Because she was forced to work online, she couldn't just rely on her local friends and family. She had to think bigger, more strategically. And through a connection to her fiancé's company, she spotted this huge underserved niche that was absolutely perfect for a targeted digital approach.
So first off, who are we actually talking about here? Well, a property manager's whole job, when you boil it down, is about one thing: taking care of rental properties to save the owner money and headaches. Their success is literally measured by how much value they can bring to that property owner. That's the key, that's their main motivation.
Okay, so that's the target. But what's the pitch? How do you even approach someone whose entire job is to manage costs and make their boss, the property owner, happy?
And this is the absolute genius of her approach. She calls it the hero pitch. It's not about you or what you're selling, it's about making them the hero. So, step 1, show you understand their main goal is saving the owner money. Step 2, frame your service as a tool that's going to make them look amazing to their boss. Step 3, give them real proof, like a past bill that shows actual savings. And finally, step 4, offer a win for their tenants too, which helps reduce turnover and guess what? Makes the manager's job even easier.
And this right here, this is the line that just seals the deal. It completely shifts the dynamic. You're not a salesperson anymore, you're a partner who's helping them succeed. You are literally giving them a way to shine in their own career, and that is an incredibly powerful idea. But hang on, because getting the property manager as a customer, that's just step 1. The real magic, the part that creates that business explosion, happens next when you transform that relationship from just a simple service into a full-blown business partnership. The pivot here is so subtle, but it's so powerful. Once you've shown them the value, the whole conversation changes. It goes from, hey, I can help you save money, to now you can make money. It's such a natural next step that turns the service into a brand new revenue stream for them. And this is where that exponential growth really kicks into high gear. One property manager says yes. They tell their owner.
That owner, who probably has other properties with other management companies, brings them on board. Then those new managers work with their other owners, and the cycle just keeps repeating and expanding, like a snowball rolling downhill.
Ultimately, this whole strategy points to something much bigger. It's not just a tactic for property managers. It's a completely different way of looking at the world. It's about seeing every single financial interaction in your life as a potential opportunity for partnership.
And Erika lives this mindset. I mean, when she was planning her wedding, she turned her DJ expense into a business conversation about payment processing. She saw the same opportunity with funeral homes. When her videographer mentioned loving to help people, Erika pitched her on a business that does exactly that. For her, every bill, every expense is a potential partnership waiting to happen.
And it all comes right back to this one central theme we started with: the incredible, game-changing power of finding that one right person who just says yes. And look, this isn't just some nice theory. The results are real. From that one single property management client, Erika's business grew by over 350 points. That's the power of one yes in the right niche. It can totally change the entire trajectory of your business. So that really leaves us with one final thought. Erika found her niche with property managers, funeral homes, even wedding vendors. It kind of makes you wonder, right? What are the overlooked opportunities in your own life? Where is your game-changing niche just sitting there waiting for you to discover it?